very good countdown. It's
Three,
the
two, one.
final countdown.
All right. Well,
Oh.
enough of Eddie Van
Damn it.
Halen.
What was that, Eddie Van Halen?
Yes. No, Europe.
Europe.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know why I said Eddie Van Halen. Never mind. It's the next
Enough of
Miramar.
Metallica. Let's move on.
What did I say? Eddie Van Halen.
I don't
Anyway,
know, man, you were thinking of that the other song that Eddie Van Halen has. Call Me Maybe.
for sure. For sure. We had two Miramar. So we had two Erangels. We had one Miramar. Now we're gonna have the second Miramar. And after that, gonna have the third Miramar. But
But before we get there, we'll have
Yeah.
some look at the scores. Let's see how it is. Grubby taking first spot. Would you? Look at that. 708 points. 420 dribblers. 4 placements and 36 total kills, which is nothing short of legendary.
they actually had 9 kills before this game, and then suddenly they jumped from 9 to 30 and 6. How
go.
do you even do that? They had more kills in one game than some other teams. I wanted to say that more than third and fourth team combined, but it's actually one less.
Yeah.
The point is, they had actually a huge amount of kills in that game. 27 is an incredible amount, and that is alone putting them ahead on everyone else. And I think they were around 8th place before this match, and now suddenly they just jumped straight to the first one.
Yeah. Team Limitless also are done with their time. You can see. /time.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Shouldn't it be the other way, like the backslash?
Yeah, but they're out of space and time. They're limitless.
Alright,
So they
right.
can use whatever they want.
Well, let's talk about a little bit about the teams that are in the bottom 8, right? We have Exiled, House of Nobles, Havu, Tindergold, Vega Squadron, FaZe,
Dude.
Method, and Finstack. All of those teams are in the danger zone right now, especially after 3 games already played. They only have two more to actually get into the safe place of 10 and beyond, basically, right? So
Yeah.
it's not looking good for all the teams that have below 100 points. It doesn't look good for Tindergold as well. But for teams like an example, Method and FaZe Clan, it's not that bad. There's 2-point difference between, Finstack, Method. Team Kinguin is on the brink. So now it all depends if those teams are gonna battle against each other or not, because they can still hop into the top 10 to, kind of not get delegated for the next week.
2 things are worrying me. Boogie's hair and the circles, says Daddy Gould.
All right. I think I heard a hurrah in the
No, I think
production.
I heard it.
and,
Oh, no.
and that means
Was it a hurrah?
I think it was a hurrah because the server works.
Happy freaking days. We're going to be going soon with the third match. With the
4th.
match of the evening on Miramar. Second match on this map here. Sorry, Miramar, and the 4th in total. But until we get there, let's have a think and wonder, can Method bring themselves back? Because so far in Miramar, if I remember from last week as well, they barely kind of by the skin of their teeth, they made it through.
Yeah, it was really close, and it seems like they are not really,
Miramar boys.
adapting to Miramar yet.
I love that word.
We'll see how it goes. XD at the end, right?
Whatever kind of D at the end.
I mean, Miramar, adjusting to the game style on another map, especially such a difference to Angle, right? You have way more land, you travel in a different way, more on foot, more long-range fights than in Erangel, and I think
And it's odd because Method, when you look at Method, right, you're looking at really good riflers. Andy.
yeah, but they are more based in let's say close to medium range combat, right?
No.
While I would say so.
No. Andy is freaking legend at long range, dude.
I mean, in general, the team, not about Andy himself.
Oh, as a team, yeah.
So this might be one of the struggles,
It's
right?
a 4-man game, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
While Miramar
But still
is
they
more
have-
medium to long range, right?
They do have very good medium range riflers indeed. That's their strength and that's their strong point. Yeah, and Andy's probably one of the best long range ones, but he can't really necessarily win on that one. So that shows you how important placement, or not placement, but rather rotations are for Miramar, of course, alongside of Erangel. Both of them very, very important kind of things. In the meantime, let me take a moment and thank you so much, guys, for sticking around with these problems that we had tonight. I'm sorry about these issues that we've been having with the servers, and thank you guys for being patient in chat. Except for Golden, you've insulted my beautiful hair, and for that, what does he get?
I don't know. Subscriber?
No.
Status?
No. No. The opposite of it. I'm thinking something bad. Wait, how is subscriber status bad? Anyway, here comes the match indeed. The big birds in the sky. And we're starting this one off. And it's a pretty decent playing trajectory. Much better than we had before as we go forward with this Miramar map.
Well, it actually opens the entire map, apart maybe from Impala and Puerto Paraíso. Paraíso.
I'm going to make you say that one again. What was it?
It's okay.
Okay.
Everyone knows what I was talking about.
Yeah. Puerto Paraíso. Puerto Rico. You can call it Puerto Rico.
By the way, look at Kingwin. They're splitting again already.
Yeah, they are.
Here we have Kingwin going to Valley.
And Gaxi is on his own little lonesome self. I think he's...
Is he going for a vehicle?
He's being charged to find a vehicle. Perhaps they want to go to El Azahar. Maybe that's what he's doing. Maybe Gaxi's just scouting for a vehicle. Maybe the whole of Kingwin are going to be heading towards that direction as well. No, it looks like they're sticking around Cruz de Valle for the rest of the teammates there, but they're going to have a team close to them anyway. Crimson are going for the Campo Militar strat, which is something that we've seen them do. Crimson kind of go at the very extremes, either northeast or very, very northeast or very, very southwest. But yeah, Picado only one team, and that's a good thing here. It looks like teams have given it up completely, and just one team is going to be making its way to Los Leones XL Gaming are going to be hitting that with their Vegas Squadron. In the meantime, in Chumatera, Limitless found themselves on the south side of the map, while Copenhagen Flames are kind of close to them, but they're going to avoid them. Grubby as well taking Valle del Mar, as FaZe take Monte Nuevo. And there's also just one team, Havu. No, actually, it's two teams in El Pozo, but have a look at the circle there. It's going to be a difficult one for Crimson to navigate. Kingwin as well are not going to have an easy time. Kingwin seem to be looting on the poopy compounds. Now, Method and Tinder Gold might be added, as well as Havu with whoever team is there in El Pozo. And yeah, we'll have a look. Let's have a look at these nice little this nice little circle. This overview. I'll give you guys a few seconds to look at the overview. Now, getting back to it. As you had that time, my voice perhaps a bit different, but not that different, is it?
All right, let's take a look at the map, maybe in the meantime. Oh, well, Larson, I guess he got knocked by the bike?
Yeah, no, by himself, because Erky was close to him.
Well, that happens.
Yeah, well, that was his, I don't know why he would have, because he knew that there was a squad in there. I don't know why necessarily they've opted to do this kind of strange looting pattern. I'm sure there's some sort of legitimacy to that one. So while Lothar is praying...
That's me. Well, let's take a look at the map. The circle actually is not that different from the previous one. The previous one was like this. Well, maybe a little bit to the north. But it was it was very much alike. So now the difference is that we do have two small islands here on this side. And that can be actually a saving grace for some teams, especially for Brooksy, because I think he just disconnected.
No, you paused the game.
Well, no, I mean he was actually dropped out of the plane at the last spot, but I think he reconnected already. So good for him. Now let's talk about the teams that are in the bad spots.
The problem is that it's a choke point on those two little islands, so I don't necessarily would want to be there.
Yeah, well, all depends what kind of vehicles they have. Maybe some boats, right? But let's talk about the teams that have some really rough situation. Crimson, from here, they have two really good loot spots, but they have a really long journey ahead of them.
Where do they both have to make it? Can you draw like lines from where they are to where they're going?
I know where you're going with that, and I'm not going to do that, so I'm going to...
I don't know what you're talking about. Absolutely no idea, and I'm very insulted.
So, they're going to most likely have to take the path... Why isn't it working? Here. They're going to have to take the path here and here, and and they're going to have to cross paths with other teams on the same road. Something that we have seen in the past is that teams that are currently sitting in the middle of the map between like the last teams
and
on
the fish.
In the north, right? They're sitting in the fish. So they're sitting like in between the teams on the north.
Yeah.
Sorry. Let's use a different color.
That's a freaking punk fish. He's got like a
Right.
one of those hairstyles.
We basically have 3 zones, right? The zone that is
Green.
next to, next to the circle,
Yeah.
the middle zone, and the danger zone.
The danger zone.
Danger zone. Yes.
Welcome to
So,
the
The problem for those teams here that are on the north side,
Yeah.
they have to travel for all those teams here. And usually what they do is that they have to travel really late into the circle. We have seen that with Havu last time. They did start from, if I believed, from El Pozo, from here, and they had to go
Pozo.
to the circle as the last team. So they had to take this route here. It was actually like this. And they went into the circle, if I believe, from this angle here. And that was like, I think, during the 3rd circle or
That
something
looks
like
like
that.
a hungry snake with a red head.
A little bit.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Man, why do I keep ruining everything you say? And then I see something completely dumb. It's because we want you to be entertained at home. You're like, oh my god, this caster, this guy, why is he talking so much? Lothar is giving us good info. I want
Well-
you guys to be entertained, man. It's PUBG, bro. Have a bit of, you know what? Let your hair down. Because we see kills all the time. We see early rotation all the time.
Well, the early rotation's already starting. Look
There
at
you go.
Alliance, an example. 6Z right now doing a little bit of reconnaissance. In the meantime, trying to figure out where are teams and where are the vehicles. Maybe he's shooting even some tires just while being on the road to,
Why not?
kind of disturb the other plans of the teams. The problem will be, let's zoom into El Pozo for a second, right here.
If we hit play, we're going to be zooming in just a moment. I think we paused it too much, so it's going to be a bit of a delay between.
Right.
We're actually, there you
Here
go.
we go.
Now we're
Here we
live.
go. Oh, well,
So there's what happened in the meantime. So 4s
Nothing
were left
much
alone.
happened.
Havu are getting dinked down. Let's have a look at Havu and Method
all right.
in this fight here. As
Enough
Turtle
of the
tries to
weather
join.
camera and weatherman. Let's go into some fights.
Let's see what 80 can pull off here with his 8x rifle. He's actually going to have to heal himself. Turtle's going to be coming in to help him out there, but Havu are taking shots at him. Turtle now. He's going to be alive for quite a while. It seems not too bothered with the current situation. Jorski couldn't finish off the deal there. Turtle is going to have to use his moving car as cover. And he gets knocked out by Insolenzo. That is not fortunate for him at all, as Zaty takes Drosky down in return. Now that I don't really mind Bikini Battle and Insolenzo are making their way there, how a Method are looking a bit worse at the seams here. 80, he's the last one staying alive. He's got half HP. What can you do in this situation here? I think get out would be the answer. Method, again, with a very, very unfortunate placement. Early on, losing this many members is definitely not good for them. If you know what I'm saying.
Well, what can you say? Method with not a good start again on Murmur.
Yeah.
It's like a tail. Old tail
Old tail
that's
of
being
old
repeated.
old tail of fail. As Hello does the same. Cloud tail won't be too bothered with the situation here.
Dude, his car has
would've
more
beeped.
bullets in it than what has a lot of bullets in it.
M249.
I guess.
A PowerPoint presentation by Lothar.
Bullet points.
Yeah.
Well, actually, that's true. Usually when I do make a presentation, it's kind of cluttered with text.
Yeah, you seem like that guy.
Endpoints.
Case in point. Right. Circle strength again. Crimson gonna have to make their way out. They're gonna be quite happy with what they have. They went to Torre Ahumada in Campo Militar, or Trump's Wall, as some might call it. And they're gonna be coming in a bit late. It seems 4 is gonna move in as well. Havu haven't lost too much there, so they're gonna be okay with that situation. Great drop. Quite close to Exalt. Let's see what it hides. M249 and a ghillie suit as well. Now they're all yellow. Now they're all yellow ghillie suits.
Oh, are
That's
they?
pretty good, yeah.
By the way,
That-
did they already
the new
change the
clothes.
fences on Miramar, or was it test server?
It's in the test server for the
Ah.
fences, yeah. And the new clothes look sick, man. I saw someone, Papa was complaining on Twitter. He was like, come on, guys, don't put new items in the game. We want the game sorted with this issue and that issue. Different freaking, because, okay, Papa knows this because I already said it. And he said, yes, I know. But, like, some people don't know it in chat. So here's me shouting out, dudes. Here's the thing. In a big gaming studio, like Bluehole, like PUBG Corp, whatever you want to call it, you've got different people doing different things, right? So it doesn't mean that those ones that are assigned, that are actual knowledgeable in terms of network issues or QA or QC aren't doing their job. They are. But like graphic design is a completely different team. So these guys are doing their job, those guys are doing their job, that kind of sort of stuff, you know what I mean? So don't worry too much about it, guys. Fixes a coming. Besides, from what I understand, pretty soon, if you follow Sammy on Poopy Queen on Twitter.
I'm always laughing when I hear that nickname.
What, Poopy Queen? Yeah. You know why? Because apparently she was bad at games, and she was like, "Yeah, I was so bad at games that I had to like have like a poopy nickname because I was like the queen of poopy games."
I see.
Yeah, that's the insight. But yeah, she's gonna come out. Follow her on Twitter because she's gonna come out and with a roadmap of 2018 from Bluehole towards where PUBG is heading. So that's pretty cool.
PUBG Corporation?
PUBG Corp, yes, Bluehole, PUBG. Yeah, you know, potato. Sure, it's the same.
Look at Crimson taking the very late travel.
Yeah, that's what we are talking about earlier. They're going to have really good loot. Actually, I want to look at Crimson. Let's see how many of them actually have level 3.
Level 3 helmet.
Okay,
what? No resources to heal?
Yeah, they do. It was just a bug when you spec them first. MBS has a
Oh, okay. He had like 10 boosters.
MBS level 2 helmet. 5 is on Lockwood. Let's see.
4 boosters, 2 medkits, level 3
vest, though. And then last one, Lockwood. Because I'm actually curious, after you loot
10 medkits.
Campo Militar.
Sorry, 8 kits.
10 medkits, yeah.
And 5 boosters, level 3 helmet. He's like, oh.
Does he have level 3? Yeah, look at Ansvar teasing us. Come on, man, show me. Does he have the helmet? Oh, now he loses side. No, Ansvar. Level 3 helmet. There you go. So it's 2 plus 2.
Well, he has it here, right? In the inventory.
Oh, yeah, I'm dumb. Tinder goes in a bit of a fight there with no gaming. It's not going to amount to much, though. Because obviously it's a bit early in the fight. There's no need for battles. However, we're going to take some shots just to let their enemies know that they're there. In Chumachera, by the way, you can climb up on some pipes really cool. Huiran Pastado and Coyote, 2 animals that are prone to call for PETA, as AT gives no Fs. Taking some shots there. Coyote, he wants that frag as well. Not going to be happening. But the unfortunate thing is that AT has to play alone, and he's outside of the blue. He will go for Huiran Pasca's loot, because he has to do this.
He needs the 8 kits. He needs boosters. He needs basically ammo probably as well. Right, that's the thing. Alright, well, let's see what's happening on the east side of the map. Flames, Copenhagen Flames taking shots at Alliance while traveling. Man, Alliance has no luck at all as well. When it comes to Alliance and Method are getting just demolished in those rotations.
Today, their rotations were very, very difficult. Anyway, here's a fight starting up here. Looks like Grubby, the good old aggressors against FaZe this time around. And they're not ashamed to push forward. Yuki now eliminated the stand-in from FaZe, no longer here. Still 3 members left alive. Mixie closes in, the door opens it from the other side, but there's a need to follow suit. Bit of a Monk-esque moment, but he can loot his friend that way. Now, Grubby might attempt to make a push for it. FaZe sees them a little bit, but he needs to readjust his spot. And this is the downside of Miramar compounds. You cannot see around. Hack City, though, does. He takes Pokemon all the way down. That's a knockout that will be soon picked up. It's not going to turn into a kill. So right now, Grubby just waiting to make a push. There's someone on the side flank here, just below the camera. Who is that? That is Shade, who took a nade to his...
Who was throwing that nade? Because that was a really weird angle. Fuzzface?
Fuzzface, yeah. Maybe.
Through that window? That's actually a very tough move. Since you have
He's a tough guy.
You have to, like, throw it really flat from the window.
Yes, indeed. In the meantime, Limitless dealt with Kingwin, which seemed to be no more just Gaxi in there.
Damn, Kingwin losing their members already early in the game, and they were at the 10th place, so now they'll be most likely the bottom 8.
Yes, indeed. I don't think
going into the last game.
Here's what Ansvar is scouting for: new fights. But I think Grubby are going to stick to their opponent's phase. I think they might. No, actually, they won't. Okay, so NLG are taking some shots as well. It doesn't look like they're going to be connecting too many. Most of the teams have made their way inside. Yeah, it looks like okay. Oh, Grubby finally fearing someone.
They don't go in. I mean, honestly, FaZe has a really good compound.
FaZe has a really good lineup, but that's what it is.
Yeah, that's also true.
Otherwise, Grubby is going to be like, hey.
But I'm not sure if they actually knew that it was FaZe. No, they killed this sub, so they should have probably known. Yeah. But at the same time, even when you have a high ground, it doesn't really matter that much when you're trying to approach a compound. Look at that. Nice sparking job.
From Coyote, one for the fishes. Fishes need an aquarium too. Coyote, an animal that is kind to fishies. That's a coyote, if you didn't...
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
I just didn't laugh.
No, it's not. It wasn't funny.
Yeah, I know.
Savage. Diaz now will be spotting Coyote.
That
Will
was
be
at the
taking this.
edge of that hill.
No, now he
The
sees him.
rock.
Now you see him. No, you don't. Yeah, this is not going to be a fight here. Horkin, Diaz might go fishing all they want, but yeah, Coyote is just.
You
safe
think they're
where
gonna
he
go
is.
fishing with high explosives?
Nah, it's a bit of a distance there. It's a bit of a long distance. Maxizar talking about long distance, take some shots against what seemed to be could be Tinder Gold because they were on 2 before. We'll have a look-see here. House of Noble's already eliminated. That's unfortunate for them. Sadovnik finds a frag. Diaz. Oh, actually, Diaz took someone else down. Okay, so they stopped looking at Coyote. But yeah, the positioning of this team here of Maxizor is very, very powerful. They can see all around them. They can easily hide if they choose to do just that. Just proning in will give them some nice divots to work with here. Crimson still making their way inside the blue on the north side of the current blue.
Yeah, they're taking the.
They are
time.
taking their time, man.
Ooh.
No, there you go.
I think someone just, kind of knocked themselves on the bike. So this is why they stopped.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
You
they,
are
they
correct.
had like 10 8 kids on one guy. Can't remember who was
10,
that, but I think
yeah.
it was NBS.
Yeah.
So if you have 10
One of
8
the
kids,
first
you
ones.
can just do whatever you want, and that means you're gonna go very late into the circles.
Oh,
Most likely,
Coyote.
other people already, be dead. Coyote.
Call Peter.
I think he's not good at swimming, man.
Yep, there you go. Certain animals that can. Certain that cannot. Anyway, Circle is not going to have any water. This is actually good. This is early in the game when the Circle doesn't have water. So this is pretty decent, man. I like this. All right, let's see how this one's going to pan out. Because all these teams that are currently on the southwest
Grubby and
southeast
Havu fighting.
are going to have to make their way inside. Let's see if they do indeed. And that's the call for fight time.
Prime time.
Why did you give me a dirty look when you said prime time?
I don't know. I just have that face.
You have a dirty face. All right, man. It must be a Polish thing.
Resting bitch face.
Where's the? Oh, okay. RBF.
Ooh, Bikini
wow.
Model getting wrecked. Long range shots, but he,
From
you know,
Pokemon.
with the level 1 Kevlar and level 1 helmet, doesn't really do that much when it comes to protection of your body.
Oh, yeah, look, good old split screen.
Shade from
let's see.
Grubby.
I don't really mind because I think he's got the car 98. Does he have the
I mean,
car?
the new meta is
No,
basically
so it's
M4
not
with
him,
whatever
Trust.
scopes you have on it, so...
Yeah, pretty much. Double M4 is even better. Team Grubby's still not committing to this fight. They're still putting some good shots against Bikini Model, it seems, but they're not going to be any kind of closers here. Jorski still scouting around. He's got the 8X car.
Oh, the problem is, Havu is in they have a big building, that's true, but the
They're in
big
a
building
divot.
has almost no walls. So they have almost no cover at all. And the problem is they also have really low tier loot.
That's
And
the
that
temptation.
means their resources gonna get depleted super fast.
That's the temptation of being in a compound on Miramar. Shaman it up.
Shaman taking down Pokemon Lord from Grubby. I said that super fast and no one could actually say if I
He
said
said-
that correctly or not.
He says, shaman it up, taking.
Oh, that
It's gonna be too short.
nade! I think it's a little bit too short.
Oh,
Hey,
Horkan.
wait. I thought it will hit
Oh.
Horkan actually.
Yeah, same here. It did not though. Pokemon already taking a bit of damage there.
But
Horkan.
that one was pretty nice. Top
Horkan heard
on
who?
his head.
Horkan heard who? So yeah, that one's gonna be giving up there. Team Grubby already on the run.
That was like
Still be
18
far
nades.
away
What the
from
hell?
his teammates though. He's already pre-scouting, but that's a bit of a danger play. Although the good thing is that there's not team close. Havu again with their former neighbors force. 3T Butts in the meantime finding NLG finding Tintagold. Mila now, I think it's the last one staying alive. Oh, that nade might also connect. Oh no, it's a bit too short. Yes, just not enough. Miller will use the smokes to make an escape. Will not be spotted. Only takes 1 damage there. 3T Butts. We'll have to regroup. This is a bait, they're thinking, and they're going to go back. They know that it's not necessarily good to push like that. There you go. What we were talking about, Southeast. A lot of teams coming in here now, and they're going to have to fight each other off. King got eliminated. Oh, man, Gaxi out.
That was actually a very early game kill, I think, when it comes to the entire team. But now, ooh, it's running straight in the open. This is not going good, but 54th, we already have seen him miss a lot of shots in the same situation before. And he's running out of ammo again. But now, he is landing some good shots. Getting a kill on Brexo. With that Scar with the 4x scope. I feel like Scar just became the new Mini.
Yeah, it's a very
You play an M4 as your main weapon, and then you have a Scar with a 4x scope or 8x scope,
And a vertical?
scope on it.
because you're going to single fire.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. Out of the squad eliminated though. Looks like Zelda are going to be no more. That's unfortunate. Alliance as well taken out of the match. So there's 14 teams left alive here. 4 squads already out. Now 40 alive with 14 teams. That tells us there's a lot of groups, a lot of good groups in here. We already see that this next circle coming in here will pretty much have most of them, but we also see on the southeast side that a lot of teams are going to have to fight this one off. So yeah, you see Finstack out of fight with FaZe right now, but they're going to have to group forces and eliminate all these guys coming in here. All these guys, Regular Squadron, Limitless, Copenhagen Flames, they're all going to have to go against each other. So there he starts. Fuzzface with a red dot, long range, takes Brooksy down. That's a pretty darn good shot right there. Papa doesn't have a reply to that one. Oh,
That's
well,
like
maybe
300 meters. Pretty nice.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. Fuzzface finishes off what he started. Now he's going to have to back off. He knows that there's some retaliation coming in. There's no point to hold on to that spot there. They've done what they had to do for the moment, which is dink down the resources of their enemies trying to come in there. 18 seconds left. Limitless are playing super far on the edge, man. This is not going to be good for them. Do they have a vehicle here?
Well, they do have one vehicle, but the problem is if you run in one vehicle from this position, you're gonna get blown pretty fast. And he's going back into the zone for the buggy for the second one. I mean, it's pretty needed, but the problem is they're still in the zone. It's gonna hit really badly when it's gonna move, especially to the next one, and it's gonna get the upgraded damage. But I like the move. It's a desperation move a little bit, but I think it's like the only way of winning from that position. You can't really go straight into the circle because you're gonna get wrecked by all the teams that have the high ground above you on the north. So you need to take the stance from the far west side. You'll have to take damage from the circle, but you're getting more chances to actually get a better cover from the west side of the circle by avoiding all those teams.
Indeed, that's it. Limitless are going to go on foot right now. FaZe are going to keep them out. You can bet yourself on that. In the meantime, Crimson have found themselves inside. FaZe are busy with Copenhagen Flames, but because they don't have great visibility, they're going to pause for a second. Here comes that 2x from Hack City. Wow, man. He does connect one shot.
Good snake moves, though.
Oh, that was a headshot against Lim. And that's his last chance to stay alive in the open. Not going to be happening. Hack City does the dirty deed. M16 2x. That is a good effort out of him. Mixie finishes him off. 54 in the meantime, taken down by Tintigo. So Tintigo is still alive. Milla's still alive in this one. That's pretty sick, because he was in a very dire spot, Milla, if we remember, just minutes ago.
Wait, Method still has one member alive?
Do they?
Where is he? Oh, here we go. 80 still hanging by a thread.
Not bad.
Well, it's needed.
I think it's the meds
it's
from his...
really needed.
Do you remember when he killed, I think it was the dog poop guy?
That was in the church, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He took his meds. I think that's what saw him through, as far as he is right now. But anyway, here comes Limitless. They're actually not going to be coming anywhere close to FaZe. They're going to be coming in close to 2 solos. But those 2 solos are going to be pushed in by 4s as well.
By the way, Grubby just doing the old middle of the circle technique.
Mm-hmm. That's not bad. I mean, if you have it, you can hold on to it. It's mid-game, so it's perfectly viable. Late game, it becomes a problem because all teams kind of have visibility on you on this map, particularly. Cloudtail, well, it depends on where it is. Cloudtail now, oh man, Monk has home for him. Look at where Diaz is coming in. He's got a 4x in there. Not going to be that easy to connect if he scopes in, but you don't have to at that range. Anyway, Cloudtail's still alive. Diaz moves on to Limitless because they heard them fire.
Oopsie. With the suppressor, people have no clue what's going on. Papak just running like a headless chicken, and he's gonna not get a chicken dinner this time.
Well, he's okay for now. No, not anymore. Mixie takes him down. So they ran 4s versus FaZe. And look at 4s just making an escape. They're like, oh, it's FaZe on the other side. Let's go. Why is everybody running away from FaZe? I want to see a team that are like, yes. Even Grubby ran away from them. Cloudtail, oh man. Cloudtail, I don't give him a lot of chances here. He's got a divot, and that's not a bad place to be, but it's not in the circle.
And FaZe is just above him, so...
Yeah, FaZe on one side, Grubby on the other. What are you going to do?
And Forza on his other side.
Wow. AT not too bad, man. Really, AT carrying his team here, giving him a lot of points. He's going to bring him to top 10 if he continues at this pace. That's not bad at all. Anyway, one more Team 4 is coming in here. And they're going to be pushing in the last guy still alive from Limitless, and that's for Rose. I like 4s, though. They're still kind of checking their angles, even if
Look
they
at
know his
that
face.
snake. Look at that snake.
That snake's gonna take some damage now, bro.
And
Look
he's
at
gonna
all that.
bite later on. I mean, the snake gonna
No,
bite
this could be it.
also.
It could be it, but he's low on HP.
He needs to use a med right now.
Absolutely, and that's what he does. But as the circle
3
goes
8 kits
further
left.
away, it's gonna deal that much more damage. So technically, now is the time to use a medkit again. So he's not gonna be alive for too long. Their fours have made it through safely. Oh, here comes Rosie.
Well, he will be able to outrun
Nope.
the circle in the next 8.
No.
I think he should be.
No, he won't. I don't think he will because it's divots, that like little
No.
ridges that
Look,
has to
if he
go
would
through.
have run in a straight circle, in a straight line, he would have easily outrun it. And now he's out.
I'm looking at him. Oh yeah, yeah he is. But oh, not for long. Shade takes him down. That's an unfortunate one. Four is still alive, pushing him from different perspectives. This is a bit bad for them because they're split up. Let's see if it pans out correctly. When you do a push like this and you don't know the territory that you're going into, it's a bad kind of situation to push on a split. If you want to have a safety of a compound and you do a split with your teammate, it's good, yes. But this situation is bad for him. Shade now, not throwing shade.
Well, he has shades on his eyes.
There you go. Perhaps that's what it means. They spotted fours. So him and Pajama are going to be going in aggressive. Third one, Snoopy, is going to be close to them as well. Let's see how it pans out here. Pajama trying to get some information. Does not spot too many. Will be called in by his teammate to look somewhere else. And that's the chance for their enemies to come in. But Snoopy very, very close to Havel right now. Very close indeed. If you would peek just closer now. He hears the shots come in. But he doesn't know that Jorsky and Bikini Model are so close to him as well. Oh, this is a deadly spot.
Well, he heard some shots, so he's coming falling back right now. He knows that there are people ahead of him. I don't think that's a good way of approaching this angle, so he kind of wants to divert the decision. The nades might be really good. He's throwing them in the position when he heard the shots, but already Havu changed their position. Now they know someone is throwing nades from the other angle, so behind them on the south side, they'll have someone at their backs.
Yes, indeed, Cloudtail still alive. That is not a bad performance. As you can see him, he is halfway, halfway in. Oh my god!
He's like,
Oh
you know what?
my
My eyes are
God.
still. It's like a cat, you know, when the cat hides and he hides like on his eyes, and the rest is like still sticking out.
Yeah. Basically. Pajama Nada waits for Sadovnik to spot him. Waits for his clear chance to take him down, and he does do just that. But now Horkin comes in with the replay, and that replay is going to bring him down as well. There's not going to be a lot of people left alive. We're grubbing now in this situation here. It's Havu's time to move in. They've heard the shots come in. They want to check the angle. They want to see what's up, but now they're taking shots themselves from somewhere else. So you have to be careful on this one. Snoopy's still going to be close, though.
Snoopy doing the snake dance.
And again,
By snake dance, I mean he's just not moving at all. Because snakes don't dance.
they dance with their tongue, man.
Okay. Well, he is doing the correct decision right now because he
Definitely.
needs to wait when Havu just leaves the place. Then he will kind of go into their footsteps.
Havu's sticking close. This is what you want to do when you enter circles. You want to stick close to your team. Even if you're at need danger, the whole team can get wiped by one nade. You kind of have to stick close. If you do 2+2 splits, it doesn't work out because you're going to have enemies left and right and back and forward. This Cloudtail demonstrates here against Fuzzface, but he's unable to find the frag. Fuzzface now brought to half-life. He's going to regroup and find the frag. Wow, that was instant, man. Fuzzface, what a laser boy.
Well,
but now he has to prone in.
Cloudtail
Shots from
was
somewhere else.
tailing his opponent, but unfortunately, he took the chance to hit Fuzzface in the back right when he was on the edge of the hill. So the minute he was shot, he could have just prone and he had to have cover.
Yerpsy knocks him out as well. 80 still into the game. Brought his team indeed in top 10. That is not bad at all. That's a good performance. Now, FaZe only have one guy left alive.
Crimson spots Snoopy from Grabby, the last member alive. And now Crimson also taking shots on Havu. So it's good. It's a fight, three-way fight for Crimson.
Oh, those trees are his saving grace right now as Snoopy moves forward. He downs one of the guys from actually, one of the guys from Havu, but he actually gets 2 kills. Snoopy gets 2 kills by his lonesome self, but Crimson's got the angle on him.
And he has no
That's-
cover at
that
all.
is him done.
That's about it. But he still managed to get the 8th spot in the 4th round.
Yeah, there you go, by eliminating Havu Gaming, dude. That was pretty sick.
Yeah. I mean, Havu was kind of caught in the crossfire by
He-
Crimson
well-
and by Snoopy.
Does 80 have any meds? Let's click on him. Yes, he does. There you go.
He
One
has
first
still
aid,
one 8 kit
2
and
blisters.
still some boosters, so it's not bad. But he's not. Ooh, this is a bit
Okay,
peculiar moment. He is still in the zone right now, and he is waiting for Crimson to make a move.
all he
No,
has to do.
no helmets on 2 guys from Crimson. That can be an easy job for AZ if he lands those shots.
Easy for AT or not, he's going to have to wait for Crimson to carve a path for him to move forward unless they look behind them. But they don't. They're busy with No-Look Gaming right now. No-Look Gaming have to move themselves, so they're going to be engaged in a fight with Crimson. No chance for AT to be spotted now. He's got a little bit of a divot to work with there, and it's perfect. His level 1 vest would be absolutely dominated if Crimson spot him. So we're just waiting for the perfect moment to come out, but there's 25 seconds left, and he can't afford to stay in there too long. I think he's got to be fully boosted at this point in time, or fully boosting right about now, as he kind of has to do just. I know he used one of the boosters, so the second one will come in late. But Crimson are making their way out, and this is the time for AT to make his way in, as Haxedi now has found himself in a nice little place in the circle, but Crimson know about him. What is AT going to do here?
Well, he can just follow up the west-south side of the circle because it's going to be the slow side. So if he follows just Crimson in the footsteps, he's going to be fine. At some point, at least.
So what we saw earlier on as well is the demonstration of the proactive play that we were talking about earlier. Crimson taking a fight with No-Look Gaming, even if they didn't necessarily have to, but they tried it nonetheless. Haxedi gets naded to bits, but he's going to...
Did he just take his opponent with him?
No, Outsider. Wait, what?
Outsider?
Lockwood. No, that was Lockwood, yes.
So Outsider just threw a nade into that smoke.
Yeah, that was not bad for LG. Yeah, that was a very far away nade. But Yerpsy's doing God's work, helping out Crimson. Maxis are close to him, though. Yerpsy takes 3T butts as well. Oh, Yerpsy's going to get lasered in by Maxisor, and this is Maxisor's time to go in.
Method just advanced into the top 4.
Oh, they did.
Fantastic for them. They really need those points.
Absolutely. And it's now just Jensen left alone. I thought that would have been for sure a fight between NLG and Crimson, but it looks like those solos really did a number. This is, or should be, by all means and purposes, Crimson's game, unless AZ or Jensen can come out on top with some killer waves, but I don't think so, man. 4-man versus AZ approaching. Jensen spots him, goes and Snaky goes.
Oh, Crimson takes him. Jensen just got rescued by Crimson.
And they know where the last guy is. Look at them pushing already. Because they saw AZ take the shots. They heard Jensen reply. Or rather, he didn't have a chance to reply, but they knew exactly where he is. And there they come, and there they go. The valiant effort from Crimson to come forward with a GG and a chicken dinner. Congratulations to them. Not a lot of frags, of course, but a good effort. And one that saw them through.
And this is the second chicken dinner for Crimson today, right?
They're doing good, man. And with Grubby eliminated early on, they actually have the first spot again.
Well, that's pretty neat. Let's look at the second place, 4 kills, 5 kills. Third place with Method with just 2 kills, but AT...
But those were very important kills.
AT was doing God's work. Like, he just carried the entire team with in a level 4 backpack right now because they were on the 11th or 12th place in the ranking. So if they would have a really bad placement in this game, it would have been a really hard battle for them in round 5. But in this case, they actually jump up. I think in the top 8, if I'm not mistaken, like around 6 maybe. And that means they don't have a really that tough job, job to manage to be in the top 10 still.
And that's how they made it last time as well. I think it was Andy that saved their butt on Miramar, snaking around for a couple of matches. Turtle, I think, did one as well. So there you go. Pretty valiant effort from... Method seems to be more... It just seems to be more and more... They have a very transparent game. But they seem to be more and more a clutch team. They know how to get the placements when the rest of the guys are down. Just kind of have to figure out a way to make their rotations a bit easier for themselves, I suppose, and stick together more. I think sticking together more might actually do them a world of good because they're very talented lads. Anyway, let's have a look at some stuff we saw in the previous match. So the first one, of course, is going to be 54th, coming in with the long-range shots against Brixco Exile Gaming here. Didn't stand a chance. 54th. Limitless, of course, Rose with a good frag. I think here it comes. Yeah, there it is. Chronic's taken down, so that was the end of Exile Gaming. Haxedi as well with the 2x M16. Not an easy task to hit medium range shots.
Really? I think it's actually one of the best weapons to do that.
No, I mean with the 2x on top. Really? Do you like the M16?
I personally like the 2 times. But that's my own opinion. I mean, apart from the huge chassis.
Actually, on Miramar, yeah, that's the biggest problem with the thing. And on Miramar, it becomes a bit more viable because you don't have such greenery as you have on a Angel.
Mhm.
And because the reticle is green and the Angel is so green, then it's a bit
Well, you
more
can change the
difficult.
color of it. Just change it to, you know,
How?
colorblind mode.
I'm kidding, of course. I like to play on standard. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Forehead moments, just get a house. People are not going to know what we're talking about. Forcing memes. But yeah, there you go. These were the highlights for the previous match. We got one more to show you. So thank you so much, guys, for sticking around with us. It's a bit late in the night. We're getting a bit tired. We're getting a bit...
One more break.
Inane.
Last map, we're gonna see who is ending up in the top 10 and who is going down to the Bravo series for the next week, because that's what important for those teams.